focus. Ideate, innovate, enable.
India is on the verge of a digital revolution powered by increasing broadband and internet penetration, exponential data uptake, digitization, and increasing adoption of technology across various industries. This revolution will generate new growth avenues, boost industrial productivity, and has the potential to transform the socio-economic condition of the country. Industry experts believe that technological innovations with 5G will redefine the future of telecom in India and open a slew of opportunities across industries such as healthcare, education, fintech, e-commerce, and entertainment. Private networks are expected to see huge demand from enterprises in the near future, led by the requirement of security and high-speed connectivity within the operating environment. Our today's episode of CNBC-TV18 and Qualcomm present the 5G opportunity. We're going to take a deep dive into the ongoing transformation of the Indian telecom sector, the potential of 5G as a growth engine, and the challenges and opportunities this technology presents. With the proliferation of smartphones, increased internet penetration, growth of mobile broadband and data, and social media, it is believed that India's digital economy has the potential to reach $1 trillion by 2025. The vision of Digital India is contingent on high-speed, low-latency networks that 5G technology can provide. From smart cities and industrial automation to connected device, big data and cloud computing, 5G is envisaged to be the key catalyst that can fuel India's growth and help it compete with leading developed economies of the world. Earlier this month, Telecom Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw spoke at Network 18's Chopal event on where India's 5G rollout currently stands. He also spoke on the various reforms and measures taken by the government to transform the telecom sector. Listen in to this excerpt.
5G एक path breaking technology है, पूरा टेक्नोलॉजिकल जंप है। 5G आते ही आपकी नेटवर्क की स्पीड, डेटा की क्वालिटी, डाउनलोड और अपलोड दोनों की स्पीड, दोनों में बहुत ज़्यादा फर्क आएगा। 5G टेक्नोलॉजी को लाने के लिए सबसे बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण पॉइंट ये है कि हम कब तक विदेशी दूसरी कंपनियों के ऊपर, दुनिया भर में दूसरी कंपनियों के ऊपर निर्भर रहेंगे। तो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ये विजन दिया कि 5G हमारा खुद का डेवलप होना ही चाहिए। भारत में डेवलप होके फिर दुनिया भर में भारत की कंपनी का डेवलप किया हुआ, हिंदुस्तान का डेवलप किया हुआ 5G चले। ये विजन है, इस विजन के साथ हम लोग चल रहे हैं। आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू शेयर विद ऑल ऑफ यू 5G के डेवलपमेंट की प्रोग्रेस बहुत तेजी से चल रही है। आगामी महीनों के अंदर इसमें टेस्ट ट्रायल्स चालू हो जाएंगे और 5G का डिप्लॉयमेंट है, दैट इज द सेकंड पार्ट ऑफ योर क्वेश्चन। 5G का जो डिप्लॉयमेंट है उसके लिए ऑलरेडी ट्राई जो रेगुलेटर है इसका, ट्राई ने ऑलरेडी इसके लिए कंसल्टेशन पेपर इश्यू कर दिया है। जैसे ही कंसल्टेशन प्रोसेस कंप्लीट होता है, ऑक्शन के लिए सारे के सारे पैरामीटर्स रेडी हो जाएंगे, तो तुरंत सेकेंड क्वार्टर कमिंग ईयर में इसका ऑक्शन चालू होगा और रोल आउट चालू करेंगे।
लेकिन इसका एक उल्टा सवाल पूछूंगा अश्विनी सर, 4G भी रोल आउट हुआ था, लेकिन कई इलाकों में अभी भी कनेक्टिविटी की दिक्कतें उसको लेकर भी हैं। तो कैसे 5G का सपना पूरा होगा अगर 4G ही बहुत जगह तक नहीं पहुंच पा रहा है?
अमिताभ जी देखिए, इतनी तेजी से इंडिया में डिजिटल नेटवर्क रोल आउट हुआ है। अगर हम डेटा देखें, 2014 से पहले रफली 6.5 लाख के आसपास बेस स्टेशन थे, आज करीब 24 लाख बेस स्टेशन हैं। दैट्स द स्पीड एट विच इंडियन टेलीकॉम नेटवर्क हैज ग्रोन। ऐसी स्पीड के साथ ग्रो होता है तो मैं मानता हूं कि उसमें बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस आते हैं, लेकिन गवर्नमेंट ने भी साथ ही साथ जो अभी रिफॉर्म्स किए हैं, इन रिफॉर्म्स के कारण इंडस्ट्री की हेल्थ में सुधार होगा, इन्वेस्टमेंट करेंगे। इन्वेस्टमेंट जैसे जैसे इंडस्ट्री करेगी वैसे वैसे क्वालिटी में भी इंप्रूवमेंट आएगा।
एक मंत्रालय से संबंधित एक और सवाल, कई चीजें ऐसी हैं जो हमारे देश में भारी कमी है, राउटर्स, सेमीकंडक्टर्स और ऑप्टिकल फाइबर जैसी हमारे देश में बहुत कमी है सर। तो क्या सेमीकंडक्टर की कमी से हमारी घरेलू कंपनियों को काफी नुकसान हो रहा है, उनको काफी टाइमली, तो क्या इन सब चीजों में
आपने प्रधानमंत्री जी का विजन देखा आत्मनिर्भर भारत का। जैसे सिंपल सी बात, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडिया में प्राय कुछ भी नहीं थी, बहुत छोटी सी इंडस्ट्री थी, लिमिटेड से प्लेयर्स। आज ऑलरेडी वी आर एट $75 बिलियन एंड दिस इज ग्रोइंग एट अ पेस क्लोज टू 25-26% की एनुअल ग्रोथ हो रही है, यानी $250 बिलियन हम पहुंचेंगे 2026 तक। मैसिव ग्रोथ। और कल मैं इंडस्ट्री के सभी मैन्युफैक्चरर्स से मिला था, मैन्युफैक्चरर्स कह रहे हैं कि हमारा एस्टिमेट है कि हम $300 बिलियन तक पहुंचा देंगे 2026 तक। इट्स अ फिनोमिनल थिंग। तो ये मोदी जी का विजन है, चाहे सेमीकंडक्टर हो, टेलीकॉम इक्विपमेंट हो, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स हो, 5G का सॉफ्टवेयर हो, नेटवर्क की पूरी संरचना हो, सब में भारत की कंपनियां आगे बढ़े, मजबूत हो।
The much-awaited rollout of high-speed broadband through 5G and satellite broadband will see the convergence of the telecom ecosystem and significantly affect the lives of 1 billion Indians. With that, it's time for a short break, but don't go anywhere because on the other side, we'll catch up with Qualcomm's President and CEO, Cristiano Amon, in an exclusive chat about how India can unlock the value of 5G technology. Welcome back to this very special episode of CNBC TV18 and Qualcomm present the 5G opportunity. Now, as we were discussing before the break, 5G could be the answer to the digital aspirations harbored by the industry and our society. However, considering the underlying infrastructural and business challenges faced by the telecom sector, a coordinated roadmap between the public and private sector can go a long way in cementing the right ecosystem required for the successful adoption of 5G in India. I am now joined on the show by Qualcomm's President and CEO Cristiano Amon, who will help us further understand this game-changing technology and its implications. Thank you, Cristiano, for joining us for this exclusive chat. Let me start by asking you to explain to us what the last 18 months have been like for you and the industry. You know, we've seen an expansion as far as technology adoption is concerned. Data has gone through the roof. Consumption is like never before. So what have the last 18 months been like?
Look, good talking to you. The last 18 months has been very busy, but a lot of excitement, I think, for Qualcomm and for the industry. We are at a particular time in our company that we have seen demand for mobile technologies across virtually every industry. We have been expanding into automotive, into the Internet of Things at the same time that we're just yet at the beginning of this incredible transition to 5G.
I'll get to 5G in just a second, but Cristiano, you spoke about demand. What about the supply side? Because that's the big concern, and it has been for several months now. Is supply likely to keep pace with the kind of demand that you anticipate?
What we're seeing today is probably, if anything, that semiconductors are becoming really important. As the whole globe goes to its process of accelerated digital transformation, we've seen an incredible demand for semiconductors, and we have more demand than supply across all of our business. We're optimistic that all of the actions we have put in place to increase supply, they're going to come to fruition. But overall, I think we see that as a strong sentiment towards, the role of technology and the role of semiconductors when we think about our connected future.
And yes, as you point out, we are likely to see demand go up further. So Cristiano, let's talk about your plans as far as 5G is concerned. Of course, here in India, the 5G rollout is delayed, but what's the global experience? How do you see this shaping up?
5G is really moving faster than we expected. It's tracking about 2 years faster than what we saw with the prior 3G to 4G migration. The 4G to 5G migration is going faster. We expect to have 500 million 5G users by 2022. And more than 60% of all operators in the world are investing in 5G. And we're also excited about 5G in India. The rationalization of spectrum usage charges and the spectrum deployment is very encouraging, and we think India is going to have an incredible opportunity to deploy 5G.
You talked about your investments on account of 5G deployment. What is that going to mean as far as Qualcomm is concerned specifically?
Well, from a Qualcomm standpoint, as you know, our role into devices, we have been working since back in 2017, and we accelerate 5G by 1 year than its original schedule. And because of that work, I think the device transition already happened. As an example, in China, 79% of all devices that got launched and activated are now 5G capable. And we see this happening in the globe. We have a very large number of 5G designs, and we have been also working to bring 5G to other industries as well.
Okay, and in terms of the use cases, because you gave us some examples of what we've seen happen in the transition as far as devices are concerned, but in terms of use cases, what is giving you the most confidence today?
5G is this technology that will connect everything to the cloud 100% of the time. And it's going to be more than just connecting users. It's going to also connect everything around us. And with that capability, we're going to see a lot of transformation. And let me just start talking about use cases, for example, from a consumer standpoint. We all love our smartphones. I think is our inseparable device. We live in a smartphone connected society. As you bring the wireless fiber speeds of 5G and connect your smartphone even more in a reliable manner to the cloud, we're going to see the following changes. First, we're going to democratize high performance, high quality 4K video like 4G has done for music. And that's not only going to be about watching video. People will be able to broadcast themselves, I think, for social in high definition. I think that we say that we're going to make everyone a professional broadcaster, and you're going to have the ability to have live TV. Other thing that's going to happen is as you have the ability now to run games from the cloud, the evolution of the gaming industry to streaming will enable mainstream gaming to come to every device. And it's going to be as easy as watching a movie from Netflix. It will be like you're going to play a mainstream gaming. We even say that because of 5G, the next gaming console may be the last console. And that's just the beginning. From still in the consumer space, we're going to see evolution of social with much more, virtual reality and augmented reality devices. We're starting to see glasses to be built as the next computing platform. And when we think about other industries and productivity, we see an incredible role of 5G creating new use cases in smart manufacturing, in connected healthcare, in education, in many other industries.
Well, that's good to hear, but let's specifically talk about India and your plans for India. And when the government does, of course, decide to go forward with the 5G trials and the auctions, what do you make of the Indian ecosystem as it stands today?
As India continues to be on its path for economic growth and development, we see 5G to become a critical ingredient. Studies have shown that by just looking at the next decade, 5G will add approximately 450 billion to the Indian economy. That's based on the GSMA recent studies. 20% of that will come from manufacturing, and 5G can play an incredible role in its smart factories and what we talk about the next industrial revolution. 20% of that will come from retail, and 11% from the ICT sector. So it's an incredible opportunity, and it's about investing in what's new and the digital transformation that we have ahead of us and ahead of India.
So take us through specifically the plans at Qualcomm to be able to capitalize on this opportunity, the 5G opportunity. What can we expect you to do differently? What is likely to be new in terms of the strategy, etc.?
Well, the Qualcomm is been changing very fast with 5G. 5G is no longer a technology that is exclusive to the mobile sector and is transforming virtually every industry. With that, Qualcomm is expanding into the automotive, into the consumer Internet of Things, the networking Internet of Things, in the industrial Internet of Things. We saw a significant change in the type of customers we serve. As an example, moving from the mobile industry that you can identify, few tens of players on the device side, we see now 13,000 customers. And that's just because the demand for mobile technology is really happening across our industry. And with that, we see an opportunity for us to be collaborating in India with all different sectors, providing device technology so that you can connect industrial equipment, healthcare equipment, the new connected computers and PCs for education, and anything that is going to be touched by 5G.
So Cristiano, let me ask you specifically about your plans for India in terms of what is going to be the plan for the rollout eventually and what the team is working on specifically here.
Yes. One of the key roles of Qualcomm is to create ecosystem, and we have a very strong presence in India. More than 10,000 employees in India that has been involved in a lot of the design of 5G technologies across our chipsets and software. And we have been very busy creating a device ecosystem for 5G in India across multiple tiers, across multiple industries. From device to the infrastructure, we've been partnering with the carriers about the transition to virtualize RAN, radio access networks, and we've been encouraging innovation. And we have been a big supporter and a big fan of the Design in India program that launched in 2016. We have already incubated 77 startups across many sectors, and we are very excited about the opportunity to have a strong 5G ecosystem in India, not only for India's own market, but also the ability to export globally.
We've been talking about the opportunities that 5G presents, but as we move to the transition, what do you believe will be some of the key challenges that we will have to deal with?
The opportunities for 5G are global. So the key challenge that we have to overcome is this tendency that we see about creating different standards. We have to maintain a standards-based approach. We need to have a global standard for 5G. We need to invest in infrastructure. Without infrastructure, there is no 5G network. We need a very broad and robust network. We need to continue to allocate spectrum, wireless need spectrum, and we have to make use of advanced technologies such as millimeter wave. And with that mindset that 5G is going to be the critical infrastructure to connect to the internet, we will accomplish the full potential of this transformation with 5G, and we have to invest so that we can see the benefits on the next decade.
So what kind of global investments do you believe will be needed to ensure that this transition is successful and smooth, especially as we see legacy networks move to 5G?
At the end of the day, what we see happening in infrastructure, the infrastructure is changing. It's changing like the cloud. The cloud run on virtualized, infrastructure we call, general purpose service. That's how the entire internet in the cloud is run. And we see that happening also with 5G. 5G is driving a change in infrastructure. Infrastructure has been changed to what we call, infrastructure 2.0. It's been virtualized. This is happening in Europe, in the United States. It's happening in Japan. And when we think about the opportunity for India, as we build modern 5G networks, it's an opportunity to happen not only on the public sector with the operators, but also at the enterprise, as the enterprise now can build their own 5G infrastructure. And this transition to a modern virtual network not only will accelerate the deployment of 5G, but actually reduce the cost to provide data, making the technology more affordable.
So before I let you go, Cristiano, if Indian businesses are watching, if Indian policymakers are watching, what is your message to them on 5G?
5G is really important. 5G is going to be like electricity. We when we look at electricity today, we don't discuss anymore the use cases. We just assume is there. And when we think about our connected future, everything will be connected to the cloud. We're going to talk about what's not connected as the exception. And 5G is an incredible opportunity, not only for us to continue to transform society with technology, but to foster economic development.
Well, there it is, a roadmap to help India unlock the full potential of 5G to become a digital-first nation. Thank you, Cristiano, for sharing your valuable insights with us on the show today.
Thank you so much.
With that, it's a wrap on the show. Thank you for watching.